I am Ferdinand Marcos, and I am the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I stand today on behalf of 110 million Filipinos.
Everyone, hello Universe, it's me again. Shoutout sa inyo mga kababayan. But anyway, panoorin nyo po itong part 2 ng sit down ng podcast ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. No? Marami po tayong malalaman dito tungkol sa mga, mga issue. Siyempre, presidente po ito. Kaya 101% credible lahat ng kanyang mga pinagsasabi. Lahat may katotohanan. At kahit kailanman na hindi naman nagsisinungaling ang Pangulo, mga kababayan. Alam nyo naman kung gaano ka-high profile ang kanyang pagkatao, ang kanyang kaisipan. Lahat ng kanyang sinasabi, talagang to the highest level talaga. Lahat naniniwala. Ang hindi lang talaga naniniwala is yung mga DDS. Because they are anti-Marcos, especially the rest. Alam nyo na kung anong kulay nung iba. Panoorin nyo at maganda ito. Talaga naman na masasabi natin, ang Pangulo ay talagang mayroon talaga siyang pinaninindigan at basihan sa mga nangyayari. So, shout out sa inyo mga kababayan, mga Marcos Loyalist supporters Filipino and OFW. Panoorin natin. Eto na.
So what angers and frustrates me about this systemic corruption and what's been going on is that it's tainted words like infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's even made occupations like DPWH district engineer like a meme or a joke to begin with. Diba? And yet it's frustrating because there are so many people who are still taking public service seriously. Diba?
Yeah.
And for me, I feel it's such a shame that these people have sort of like thrown occupations like that into the gutter. Diba? I'd like you to comment on that.
I take your point completely. I have always said there are so many people in government who are very good, who are dedicated, who make sacrifices, who give everything that they can to their service. And one of the reasons I really exposed all of this was because these people are trying so hard.
Yeah.
They come into work early in the morning. They leave late. They don't take holidays. They come in on the weekends just so that they can do what they're even beyond, above and beyond their actual job description. And these people are doing something else entirely.
Yeah.
They're just doing all this corruption, just taking money, destroying projects, that people very worked hard on. For example, you tell somebody in some department, and you say, we have a proposed project, work hard on it.
Yeah.
All right? And so you do the design, do the program of work, make sure you get everything right, etc., etc. We'll put out people to bid. And then, after you've gone through all that work, they'll just say, okay, in the failed bid ito lang yung magiging mananalo.
Yeah.
Ito lang yung kontrakto ng mananalo. Tapos bayaran kita ng ganito.
Yeah, tumahimik ka na lang. Oh.
Of course, everyone needs the money, but most government workers would rather just be able to do their work and actually serve.
Yeah.
That's why they're there. Government service is not easy.
Yeah.
We must respect that people are really working very hard and trying their best. You cannot paint everyone in government with the same brush as all of these corrupt operators that you see in government. And yes, there are many, many of them, but you will find they do not filter down. These people are making serious sacrifices, time away from their family, money out of their own pocket, things like that.
Yeah.
And they do this constantly, every single day. That is not the face of government. And these corrupt people are not the face of government. All they are is the face of corruption.
Yeah.
That's all they are. They are not typical of government.
Agree with you on that. Yeah. Second to the last question, sir, Mr. President. If you were to conduct your own sit-down, who would you have as your guest?
Like this?
Yeah, like
Just one person?
Just one person, yeah. Who would you have as your guest? That you
Yeah,
would...
I might creep people out, but I have long conversations with my father still.
Okay.
I mean, I think, what did my dad do? It was a similar situation that I saw my father in. And what did he do?
Yes.
And if I asked him, Dad, what am I supposed to do? What would he say? So that's because I'm in government,
Yeah,
and I'm
right.
president,
Yeah.
and he was president.
Right.
That's a treasure trove of good advice right
Yeah.
there. I try to look back and sort of see what of what you know of him.
Yeah.
What would he say?
Okay.
Oh, how would he judge what you just did? Well, anak, mali yan. Oh, anak, very good. Or whatever, you know. So the the one thing since I became president, sometimes I hear in the back of my mind, it's like my father and some of his other political allies, yung sa generation niya. Oh, mahirap ano.
But you knew that. You knew it was mahirap.
Mahirap ano.
There was the honeymoon the first year, the first year and stuff, but you knew things were gonna get tough.
Well, I have the advantage of having watched my father being president at very, very close quarters.
Yeah.
So, yes, you know, you have a good idea, but you don't really know until you're there.
You're more than halfway now through your term, no? And I'm guessing thoughts sometimes of legacy creep in, coming into play in terms of what you're doing. Now that you've poked that hornet's nest of corruption, what are your priorities for the next 2 years, and what do you see as what you would want to be best remembered for?
This question of legacy keeps coming out. It's not something that I think about, quite frankly, because legacy is when you die, right? I'm not about to die.
Okay.
At least that's not my plan. I'll just say what are the directions I want to go towards in the time remaining. First of all, the social programs are important. People have to have a good healthcare system. People have to have food to eat. People have to have shelter as much as possible. People have to have, they must be able to survive. Ganun lang, just start there. Once you've achieved that, for me, the next thing you should do is education. So I'm putting a great deal of my attention and the government's focus on education. That is the most important thing that you can do. You cannot have a successful society without a well-educated society. Remember when we were the best English speakers? We in Asia, we had the highest literacy rate in Asia. Let's get back there. We need to get back there.
And even from science point of view, di ba, IRI, the International Rice Research Institute, di ba?
And again,
everyone would come here to.
And again, there are so many good people here. They just don't have the means. They don't have the support. They don't have the funding. That's what we need to do. We have to make sure that the generations to come are well educated. They're well able to compete amongst themselves in the Philippines and internationally, because kaya naman ng Pilipino yan eh. Look how well we do when we go abroad. When we're well trained. Look how well how wonderful the reviews that come back to us. Kayang-kaya ng Pilipino yan. But they have to be trained. There has to be a system that brings them up to the standards so they can be internationally competitive in whatever they do. If they enter a business or they compete in the labor market, yan ang gusto mong gawin, halika, dito ka, tuturuan ka namin. That's what we need to do. We have to have that system there.
Mga bes, napakinggan nyo? Totoo naman. Kung buhay pa si Apo Lakay, ay nako, malamang sasabihin niya, you have a great job, son. Di ba? Ganon pag ang mga father kasi, pag maganda yung nagawa ng mga anak, siyempre, talaga namang very proud sila. And of course, kung buhay pa talaga si dating Pangulong Marcos Sr., talaga naman, masasabi natin, baka dalawa ang presidente natin. And of course, guys, siyempre, presidente si Pangulong Marcos Jr. plus ang dating Pangulong Marcos Sr., nasa tabi niya, di doble-doble, no? At siyempre, mayroong isasuggest lagi yan sa kanyang anak, na ganito, anak, ang gagawin mo para lalong gumaganda ang yung takbo ng ekonomiya ng bansa. Siyempre, sasabihin niya, i-apply mo itong suggestion ko, itong naisip ko ngayon. Di ba? Siyempre, ang anak, natural, susundin niya yon. If buhay pa ang dating Pangulong Marcos Sr. Kasi napakatalino po yun at magaling na Pangulo sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas, even in the whole world, sa kasaysayan ng mundo. Natural. Kaya nga, nasasabi ko, parang dalawang presidente natin pag buhay pa yun. Siyempre, siya po ang nasa likuran ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. pag nagkataon. Diba? Talaga namang alam niyo kung gaano kamahal ni dating Pangulong Marcos Sr. itong anak niya. Nag-iisang lalaki di ba? Kaya lahat naman ng wealth nakapangalan sa kanya. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alam na this. But anyway, mga kababayan, siyempre, sa larangan ng education, ay talagang importante po yun. Yun talagang unahin. Tatandaan nyo, mga kababayan, nung si Sara ay namuno ng DepEd, ay nako, walang kakwentang-kwenta, bagsak ang rating ng education nung panahon niya. Wala laging talo ang mga competitor sa international, no? Wala walang place, walang mga medal. Pero in fairness naman sa Pangulong Marcos Jr., kung gaano ka hands-on, tumulong ito sa, nakatutok siya sa education sector. Talagang nabigyan ng importansya ang mga guro, sa totoo lang. Actually, nung isang araw nga yung mga competitor sa international, nako, talaga na humakot sila ng ginto, silver, bronze, at nandoon sila sa Malacanang. Nakatanggap sila ng award nila, 50,000, 20,000, 60,000, 100,000. Diba? Ang bawat medalist ay napunta sila sa Malacanang nung isang araw. Ilagay ko sa screen ko. Kaya, ang Pangulo kasi, very hands-on sa kanyang, yung kanyang pamumuno, lahat ng sektor na nabibigyan niya ng pansin, nakafocus siya doon, lalo na sa agriculture sector, mga magsasaka, libreng pabinhi, lahat, ang dami. Sa education, ayun, lahat nandoon. Actually, yung budget ng flood control 2026 sa DepEd, nilagay niya, sa totoo lang. So, hanga ako kay Pangulong Marcos Jr., hindi ko lang mawari kung bakit itong mga anti-Marcos na sinasabi, walang nangyayari sa pamahalaan. What the heck? Ano bang ang problema tong mga to? Anong klaseng pag-iisip ang mayroon sa kanila? Mas maganda nga ang pamahalaan ngayon Ang daming benefits na kukuha yung mga mahihirap. 8 sa tupad, lalo sa 4-piece, nadadagdagan. Diba? Jesus, ewan ko lang nga ba. So, yun mga kababayan, talaga naman, makikita naman natin kung paano magaling mamuno ang Pangulo. Well, majority of Filipinos, they are watching the President, kung anong ginagawa niya araw-araw. Well, kung mayroong bumabati ko sa kanya, alam nyo naman kung sinong kulay ang mayroon yun. 'Di ba? So, yun mga best, abangan po natin ang next episode nito. Napakaganda at napakagandang pakinggan ang lahat ng mga interview. Salamat sa Manila Times ba to? Correct me if I'm wrong. So, yun mga best. Thank you for watching. See you again on my next upload. Bye bye bye. Yan babus. God bless Philippines.